Hi guys, how are you doing? I promised you one last video, and this last video is the last of 5 in the series. First one was you can pass CS. Step 2 CS, don't let go. The second one was what not to say. The third one was what's bothering you? How can I help you? What's bothering you today? How can I help you? And the fourth one was the importance of the review of systems, because I felt that that one was a topic that was kind of misunderstood. So today, this is going to be a little bit of a short one, although I always tend to say that, and the videos end up being like 8 and 9 minutes. I'm sorry. But today we're going to do practice. This is all we're going to do. We're going to do practice. And in keeping with my endeavor not to talk about any of my cases or cases that maybe you guys may have had, those of you who've done the CS, I'm just going to, let me put my phone on vibrate. Hold on, sorry, don't want us to be disturbed. Right, so I just want to, what I'll do is I will just speak to first aid. We'll just get our cases from first aid, step 2 CS. Now what do I mean by practice? I hope you guys can see me, the light's kind of weird. Okay. What I mean by that is, and as I've mentioned over and over and over again, I'm not telling you what to do. I don't know specifically what to do to pass CS. Sharing what I did to prepare for CS. So one of the things that I did was, one, I listened to quite a few of Laura Miranda. I shamelessly recommend her because next to God, I would say her videos help me the most in preparing for the step 2 CS. And she has an awesome video on YouTube which is called The Blue Sheet. Please do yourself a favor and go to that video. It is jam-packed with information. I will not attempt to duplicate what she did there, because what will be the point of recreating the wheel? If you want to start right here and then run over there, that's perfectly okay. This is all about you guys and helping you to succeed. She goes into what the different abbreviations mean. I'm not doing that right now, guys. I'm basically dealing with the blue sheet, but what I'm going to be doing is timing. In other words, this is what I did. Okay, everybody has their phone out. I go into timer, clock. All right. So this is what I did. I'm just telling you what I did. I got my phone, I put it on timer, and this one, it says here 1 minute. I would open my step 2 CS, I would read a vignette as if I were outside of the door in the CS exam, and then I would start to fill out the blue sheet. So you know where it says here, doorway information. This is how I used to practice. I don't know if this is the right way to practice. Remember I said I don't know. This is what I did because I had no one else to practice with. I had to practice with myself and the air. Right? That's how I did it. So what I want to do is quickly with you, because I know people like to have somebody to practice with, and they like to actually go through the motions. How did you actually do it? And so this is not a blue sheet. This is a yellow sheet. I know it's a legal pad. For those of you who are particular about these things, when you get to the exam, it will be a blue sheet. Okay? Why am I looking so dark? Okay. Okay, so, oh, I know what. Outside is kind of overcast, so it's not as bright. And I've got my AC off, so we shouldn't have any interruptions. So here is the sheet. Here is my pen. and we are going to go. I'm going to assume that you already know the mnemonics for adults. You already know the mnemonic for children. When I say the mnemonics for children, the review of systems, their mnemonic, is it a mnemonic? Yeah. Their mnemonic is different from the ones for adults, and for past medical history, it's different for children. It's different for children than it is for adults. Please go to Laura Miranda's video, and she breaks it down phenomenally. Please go there and do the breakdown. All we're going to do now is do a practice. In other words, like I'm going to be, remember, I'm going to be your Frodo. I'm going to be your Samwise to your Frodo. So I'm going to be your help, like we're going along the way. See, somebody calls me just as I... Right? So I'm going to be your Samwise Gamgee, you're Frodo, you're not letting go, and we're going to do this together. For those of you who were like me, who had no one, all right? You had no one, that's me. You're going to have me now. So your Liquor, which is your history, can you guys? History presenting complaint. So we're going to divide up our page in 4. We're going to do history presenting history of presenting illness in the top right-hand corner, review of systems, top left-hand corner, past medical history this side here, and over here differential diagnosis, which we'll write at the beginning when we're in front of the door. Okay, and I'm doing it with you. I'm just going to call out, and then I'm going to set my timer. And when I set my timer, when 60 seconds are up, you've got to stop. That's okay if you find that you have not completed all of the things yet. Because with me, I had to do it several times. I spent, it's difficult to always remember how long you spent on things, and you tend to exaggerate, so I won't. But I would do it until I got all, I put the square, I filled in the blank, and I practiced until I was able to get this down in a minute. So Liquor, then FRCS, PubSod. Having said that about her videos, I revised it a bit, and I encourage you to do that. In her video, for her review of systems for adults, she has then FR PubSod. I did not put the SAWED, S-A-W-E-D, what she says, S-A-W-E-D. That's how I differ from her, and nothing wrong with hers and nothing wrong with mine. It's just how I did it. I felt like weight, exercise, appetite was better served, and it flowed more seamlessly when I did that under past medical history. And that's just my personal thing. In other words, I'm asking about everything that happened in the past. So I'm gonna kind of naturally segue into weight loss and appetite. You know, how you eating? Have you been eating okay? And if I say, you know, have you been eating okay in the past few months or in the past few weeks, if you've been under stress or whatever, and then they may actually at that point say about weight loss and they haven't been sleeping well and all that. So I found that past medical history was a much more natural place for me for SAWED, which was sleep, appetite, weight, exercise, diet. Right? So this is nothing that I'm taking away from her in any way. It's just a preference. I moved it from here and I put it down here. All right? So good. So I've got my phone, guys. Let me get back to my let me get back to my timer. Do you have a timer? If you don't have a timer, that's okay. We are doing this together. So I'm going to be keeping track, don't worry. Okay. Okay. SPs, prepare. Doctors, prepare. That's you. Go. Start. Jessica Anderson a 21-year-old female comes to the emergency department complaining of abdominal pain. Jessica Anderson. Miss Anderson, 21. 43 seconds to go. L-I-Q-O-R-A-A. Oh my God. Then F-R-C-S pub. P-A-N-H. Sorry, that's false. Wait. Differential diagnosis. She's 21 years old, so I'm thinking ectopic, emergency room. So ectopic, appendicitis, ovarian cyst rupture. 3, 1, 2, 3. Time's up! Time's up! Did you do it? Did you get it? Oh, I've forgotten how exciting that was. Or how scary. Okay. Now, I practice myself to put the name of the person, because when you go in, you want to be saying their name. Hi, come in. Miss Anderson? Hi, my name is Dr. Durant. Nice to meet you. I'll be your doctor looking after you today. So you want to be able to say their name, and I put 21 there so that it will help me with my differential. I put Liquora, L-I-Q-O-R-A-A. Go to Laura Miranda's to figure out what that one is. Then FRCS pub. And then for me, past medical history was Pam H. Foss. She has SOD, and I actually put W-A-D-E, which is kind of like the same thing, Wade's, sleek and stuff. And then over here, differential. You notice I kind of got scared near the end. I could see that the time was going. And of course, you're not going to have a timer there. You don't have a watch. You do not have a watch in the CS exam. So that's why you have to practice. You're going to have to know how quickly you write, and you're going to have to practice it so much that by the time you finish, you know, okay, I've spent a minute out here. Okay, so one I have for her differential, I have ectopic, I have appendicitis, and I have rupture of ovarian cyst. Because she's having abdominal pain, she's come to the emergency room, which means it's a severe pain. This is not just a kind of like a mild kind of thing. So those are my three differentials. And remember what I said in my previous video. Don't remember which one now. What's bothering you? I believe that one is. That's the one. Or it could be the review of systems. But whichever it was, don't be married to your differential. You go in there and it may be something completely different, but this is just something that is your guideline. It's going to guide you into the questions that you're going to be asking. That's the whole idea. What I found was a little bit different from what she said in hers was that she talked about asking a question and looking down, asking a question and then looking down. She maintained that you must look at the patient. I am saying, and this is only my recommendation, that you become so familiar with this sheet that you know where everything is. This is why we're practicing it today. That you know where everything is so that you do not have to really move away from here. Because remember, TAT, these are just guidelines. You know what you're going to ask. You know that T stands for trauma or travel. You know that H stands for headache. You know that E stands for edema. You will know that N stands for nausea or neurological. So when you're asking those particular pertinent questions, your hand is just filling in. Really? No? And you're kind of going, no, your eyes are still. Really? You know, your eyes are on them, and you're writing. If you have to swing over here and come down, if they mention anything at all that's relevant, married, you say I'm married. You know, you don't have to be like, oh, you married? Hold it. Oh. You know, your hand can just slide on down, and then you can fill in the blanks. I wanted to mention something. Oh, with the past medical history, she has hers as Pam H. I totally agree with the H being H-I-T-S. I didn't like to put hugs, because hugs, I saw in some of the form that, you know, urinary and GI, but that so naturally comes under review of systems. If you're asking review of a system, you're going to be asking about urinary, that's under PUB, because B stands for bowel. right? It naturally flows here because that's a review of your system. So you're reviewing the urinary system, you're reviewing the bowel system. You see what I'm talking about? Under N stands for nausea or neurological. So you're asking those things there. So I didn't find that I wanted to put hugs here. I put Pam H. Foss Wade. Okay? So that was really the good thing about that. All right, so you want to practice one more? Another blank sheet of paper. And actually, let me get a pen because this marker is not working out. I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay, I'm here. I'm here. Okay. Oh my Lord, this was supposed to be a short video. Right. Now, you've got your blue sheet. 1 minute. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find one with a child. All right, no, I'm going to do one with a man, and then I'm going to find the third one. It's going to be a child. You don't get pens. You don't get to take in your own favorite sweet pen either, guys. So if you have a lucky pen, forget it. Sorry for you on that. Just ain't happening. No watch either. So it's at 1 minute. So this is how you practice when you leave me now and you're in your apartment, house, whatever you're practicing. Put a phone or something on a timer. Listen, you can use the stove timer. Use whatever you have. So you use your timer, put it on a minute or 60 seconds. And you put it down here. SPs, prepare. It's like I'm back there. Oh, Lord. Okay, doctors. Bless you. Prepare. Go. Joseph Short, 46-year-old male. Mr. Short. Comes to the emergency department complaining of chest pain. Chest pain. Q-O-R-A-A-A. Then FRCS. Pub. Pam H. H-I-T-S. Foss. Wade. Differential. He's 46-year-old man. He's got chest pain. So I'm going to be thinking MI. I got to be thinking angina. I got to be thinking GERD. Chest pain is unlikely costochondritis. Costochondritis. Chest pain. Okay. That's okay. Good. Now, I finished actually about 10 seconds. I don't know about you guys. And it's nice to have a little timer that buzzes because you're like, oh, what's that? So you're just starting, and I'm just kind of starting back because I hadn't done this in a while. But the more you practice, the more you think. So I have a very horrible looking line. I was like, you know, but Licora, Pam, H, Foss, the H is divided into HITS for hospitalizations, major illness, trauma, and surgery. Anyway, I don't want to deal with that. Then FRCS, pub, and then my differential, which is 46-year-old man. You're coming to the emergency room, so chest pain. You're putting MI for sure, angina for sure, GERD for sure. Costochondritis is almost never right because it's a man, and if it were female, sure, you could put that. But I mean, why I want to say too is that 2 or 3 years is good enough. You don't have to be filling in, oh my gosh, I've got to get 3 and 4 and 5 differentials. That's not the point. It's, I believe, just to see, to give you a guideline as to where you're going to go with that. Okay, so that is for the male. And this is such a long video. Oh my gosh. I don't want to do this to you guys. You know, you can skip out on me anytime anytime you want. But let me do one with children so that we can practice the mnemonic for children. So before we do children, let's go over that quickly. We do Licura the same way. The review of systems for children, though, would be fever, cuds. Laura Miranda will deal with what that is. And the past medical history would be PAM if big deals. PAM if big deals. So, let me see if I can find. Give me a sec, guys. Let me just, because I really want to. Okay, case number 7, page 175. I don't want to give anybody opportunity to cite me for any irregular behavior, so I want to just take it from here. Okay, so I've got a child here. All right. SPs, prepare. Take your deep breaths, do whatever you want to do, pray. Doctors, prepare. Go. The mother of Josh White, right, 7-month-old male child, comes to the office complaining that her child has a fever. 7-month-old male child with fever. Fever. Cuds. PAM. If big deals. Differential's got 24 seconds left. Differential's just got a fever. Otitis media. Tonsillitis. You surely want to rule out any meningitis because you know that's major. Meningitis. He's got a fever. Oh my god, a child with fever could be just like anything teething. Okay. Ooh, oh my gosh. This is such a terror. So, Licura, he's got fever. Review of systems, fever, cuds. PAM if big deals. And differential diagnosis. Meningitis, tonsillitis, otitis media. Teething is probably not a good thing. Would they be teething around that time? Yeah, they do tend to be teething. You know, their gums are irritating them and stuff like that. You know, but you get my drift. You get my drift. So that's that. I don't want to keep you guys. I wanted this to be the quickest, shortest video ever, and it's the longest ever. Oh, good God. So keep practicing. Remember to, remember to segue, remember to flow, remember not to get tied up with one section or another. Remember to be just what you are, a fully qualified medical graduate who's accustomed to dealing with patients, who's accustomed to putting them at their ease, who's accustomed to flowing, who's accustomed to knowing what is going on, and be confident. So this one is video number 5, number of grace. Love that number. And so that's it for me. If you want me to deal with anything else, I can't promise you I will, because I'm prepared for other steps as well. But I sure do love to hear from you, and hearing from you personally makes me feel good, especially as if I know that I really helped you. Okay, so that's it from me. I really hope that this has helped you, and all the best and every success in your journey in the various steps. So this is it from me for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.